Okay. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Man. You know what I'm saying? We are in here. Game Chopping TV, we are in here. Man. It's been a minute since I kicked off one of these lives. But, it's a lot going on. I figured why not? You know what I'm saying? And if you went off of the description, you saw, you know, the title and what this is all about. It's going down fresh today, for example. And what I'm talking about, are those ICE raids. Of course, I'm FBA, Foundational Black American. You know, so I'm not an immigrant. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an immigrant, and so that's not, the ICE stuff. Is not, nothing that that's not for me. That's not my issue. But I am I am in full support of them, though. I am in full support of ICE. You know what I'm saying? Not in a bad way, because really, it's gotten to the point now where the immigrant class is feeling so entitled to the point where they, think breaking the law, coming into a country illegally, isn't any problem. Or like no other country has those rules of where anybody can't just enter. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the case. That is, here, every country has that. And now America, we have finally got a president in there who's cracking down on it. And it's America has been a doormat for immigrants. You know what I'm saying? They get over here and they don't care what they step on, what or nothing. It's all about what they can get, Um, and they're so it's they've gotten so used to it now that that's why they feel like they have to try to protest when they're being sent back home. You know, but it doesn't make any sense. The protests doesn't make any sense at all, and it has no momentum behind it. Let's be honest. There's no momentum there, and so what you have, basically is people, who have a senseless protest going on. In my opinion, you know, my dog back there going hammer. Somebody got some music playing. But yeah, and so that's what you have, and there's no momentum behind those protests. If you pay attention, you know. But one thing, and I think everybody, from state to state, those real Americans, the real American citizens, were all complicit with ICE doing what they need to do. You know, nothing irritates me more than the people who try to get involved or even tries to get in ICE way. You know what I'm saying? Nothing irritates me more than that. In my opinion, anybody who interferes with what ICE is doing, like, should face like some kind of charges or something. Tampering, with a serious situation, like, to President Trump. I honestly think that ICE probably needs a little more protection, if anything. I mean, because if you go look at these videos, they try to treat ICE like some kind of clown show. Got all these people getting out their vehicles, standing in front of the cars, standing in front of whatever vehicle, van, truck, whatever they got, yelling and shouting and all that. Then, as human beings, the people of ICE have to use force. They use that force, and then people start acting like they've been done wrong. The thing about that is, though, there should be consequences for stepping in ICE's way. That's my take on that. There should be consequences for stepping in the way of ICE. You know, I can't imagine in any other country they're having, you know, a serious thing going on to, you know, make the country more safer, the borders more secure, knowing who's in this doggone country. I can't see this happening in any other country, and people sitting up there standing in front of the vehicles, acting like it's a game, running around like it's a joke, talking about putting their tires on flat if they park somewhere, and talking about got tow trucks behind them, giving them tickets or towing their vehicles if they park the wrong way, and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, wait a minute. Man, I wonder if Trump sees, but I'm pretty sure he does. But it's like they trying to turn this thing into a clown show. You know what I'm saying? It's like they turning it into a clown show. And I don't dig it. I don't dig it, man. I mean, I think this is a serious matter. Me, myself, I think this is a serious matter. And I don't, this is coming from the, you know what I'm saying, the top. These are orders coming from the White House here. You know what I'm saying? This shouldn't be, it shouldn't be any room to be trolling any of ICE. It shouldn't be that. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be able to get that close to ICE and be all touching and cussing at them and just all this nonsense. I mean, I don't know if that's supposed to be some right they have, but I think ICE needs more protection, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because of the stories that I'm hearing, they make it, just like, wait a minute, if these people are employed, by the country to look out for the country and who's coming in and who needs to be deported, like, this is a serious matter here. You know what I'm saying? This is a serious matter, and I don't think that, like I said, they're making it a clown show. You know what I'm saying? They're making it a clown show at this point with ICE. Not really, because don't get me wrong, ICE is doing their job. ICE is doing their job, and they are getting who they need to get. But in the middle of that, in a lot of these videos, you see them kind of getting trolled and stuff, and I can't see that happening in any other country without some heavy consequences, or the people in that country knowing better to sit there and, be doing something like that. I think the people in another country would, they would know better. If this was another country, they would know better than to be getting out here stopping these people from doing what the president of the country has told them to do. But that's just my take on that, though, And, one thing that I've been seeing is, because a lot of this, especially with this North Carolina situation, right? Go to TikTok and look at how these people talking, and, they're some lady came out pointing her gun at ICE and all that, because the people for ICE were trying to, I guess, get the person that was her gardener. You know what I'm saying? And she said came out with a gun. Like that right there. I don't know what happened with the story, whatever, but I don't feel like that she shouldn't face some kind of charges for that. If she came out with a strap, they should have disarmed her, threw her on the ground, and put their arms behind her back. Coming out there pointing a gun at ICE agents in North Carolina. If that was the case, she should have been arrested too. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, these people that's stepping in the way, I hope they're not getting away with it, because I don't feel like they deserve to get away with it. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that feel that way too, because, dog, you're like, that's just, like, it's like, America is not no joke, and people have taken it for a joke for too long, is the thing about it. And now, it's time to get serious, and we got these people who's thinking it's a game, And one of the main things that, I'm kind of, tweaking on too, is that, like, I've been seeing, like, well, on TikTok is where I've been seeing a lot of this stuff, but the kids supposedly have been, like, not going to school or something like that, protesting. I don't know what people in North Carolina are doing, but I saw a lot of the black kids sitting up there, reparations, get the F out of here. Imagine reparations, get the fuck out of here. Dude, yeah, imagine. Yeah, imagine it, right? Yeah. So, like I was saying, and what's your problem with reparations? You don't, it's no problem. Morally, there's no problem. You know what I'm saying? Morally, there's no problem. You have a personal problem with the people who are owed reparations. That's what it is. Morally, you don't have an argument. Your only problem is you don't like the people who would be the recipients of reparations, which are the black Americans. There it is. No, you don't have a moral argument for, oh, what are you going to say? The same typical thing. Oh, hey, no, none of you weren't slaves. Oh, we didn't own. I didn't own any slaves. Oh, but you're benefiting off what my ancestors did. Let me see. 100 had slaves. Dude, none of those other countries are as great as America. None of those other countries are as wealthy as America. None of those other countries, the government doesn't even exist, or whatever would happen then with those other countries. None of that stuff exists. The same government that enslaved us here exists today. Some of the same laws that were put in effect then exist today. The wealth that was generated from slavery still exists today. We're all broke. We're not giving, no, dude, you're not broke. You're not, and if you're white, you're definitely not broke. And the world knows it. That's come nobody ever expects you of stealing. Huh? Let's talk turkey. That's why you don't want it with me, buddy. That's exactly why nobody ever expects you guys to steal. Because everybody knows when it comes to America, who has the money? White people. How do they get that money? Oh, they were the ones that enslaved those black people who have no money. Huh? That's how it goes. And you're fine with, and you're complicit, and it's all gravy. And then you want to bring a bunch of foreigners over here to try to replace us. Yeah, we see what's going on, but that's why I thank ICE for their service. Haha, buddy. Yeah, you got them. I have none. Yeah, I'm working regular like everybody else, buddy. Meanwhile, but guess what? I work around white people who just working just so they won't have to keep going into the inheritance that their family has lined up for them, okay? And what are you anyway? Well, you know what? Because I might not even need to be talking to you, man. What are you? What are both of you guys? You guys white, black, Mexican? What are you? What are you? You scared or ashamed? I mean, dude, of course, we're gonna do what we, can, okay? We're gonna do what we can, but in the midst of that, we still got to deal with a bunch of you type of people trying to mess that up. Whatever little pennies we get, better believe it's one of you guys sitting right there trying to screw that up for us. Come on now. Nah, you can call yourself that all you want to. But you know how you are when you know what I'm saying, around. You know how your people are towards black people. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, that old poor white man. No, you're not. No, you're not. I was homeless. You know what? It's like they say, for any white person that's want to claim that they ain't got nothing to do, it's more of likely your fault. I know white people right now who have money, but guess what they do? Drugs. And guess what their family did? Cut them off. And guess what? If you see them, you think they're poor. But guess what? He's not. It's only because of the choices he made. You know what I'm saying? Nobody discriminated against him. Nobody told him, hey, yeah, it's really for white people, and this is a lesson for anybody here that, you or wherever, because if you think you live in that very small book. Yeah, anyway. So, all a white person has, no matter what the white person past is, no matter what the white person past is, all they have to do is clean themselves up and go out there. That's all white people have to do. Even if they've done the world of dope, all they have to do is stop that, clean themselves up, take a bath, put on some fresh clothes, and tell that other white person, hey, they're gonna look each other eye to eye. I'm ready. And what that basically means is I'm ready to get off in whatever system you have here that's gonna put me on top. Yeah, that's what that means. Sitting around waiting for daddy government to save you is a waste of life. Invest in yourself better. But but buddy, like I say, no, not sitting around waiting, but this is what's up. Reparations now, cut the check, man. Whites hate everyone equally. Yeah, I've heard that before. But no, you don't. No, you don't. You guys, you can hate. I don't care who you hate, actually, because, God, you're going to have to deal with him. You have to see him and look him eye to eye with all you hate. So, hey, but you guys, black Americans, are the number one that you hate. All the rest, you hate them. Yeah, you hate them. But you will let them exist with whatever they got going on a little bit easier than you will with a black person. With a black person, you guys already have a system in line to where if you're doing some bull crap and then that black person speaks out, every white person gets on alert and you mad? You're okay? You guys have a whole little obnoxious system that's annoying. Blacks have increased their crying since with no tears here. You guys are the ones crying because you exposing me. And then you try to say we're crying. It's like, no, we're just sitting here pointing out your bull crap. Yeah, see, you guys are amazing. It's just like somebody getting raped and then they say, hey, he raped me. Oh, what are you crying? That's the same scenario. The same situation. You guys always want to say somebody's crying when they're pointing out what you're doing. If you stole $10 from me and I say, hey, the person stole $10 from me, what are you gonna say? Oh, what are you crying because I stole $10? Or come on, you did wrong. Good grief. That's just point blank. You did wrong, and that's how you guys operate. And you have the thing is, you have other white people that he's crying. Yeah, he's crying, along with you. You guys have a whole system, especially when it comes to blacks. You guys have a whole system on how you operate, and it's, the jig is up. That's all. The jig is up. Screw everybody. That's what, you do all that, ain't no crying, buddy. Screw everybody. Reparations now. Screw you racist white supremacists, and screw all you foreigners who want to come over here and try to act like you're a white supremacist. Yeah, so that's how we're moving, buddy. That's how we're moving. Are you being serious? Or looking for views? What, man? I'm doing what I'm doing is what I'm doing. How about that? Yeah, I'm God damn it, I got this bad boy live is what I got it. I ain't did nothing wrong to nobody. You just hate the truth. Am I being serious? What am I doing? I'm just talking. I was really talking about something else till you guys kind of, your buddy came in here talking about these reparations that's going to happen. That you white people, or even white people, everyone that's, that you people, that you non-blacks are afraid of. That's because you haven't done nothing for America, really. What it is the group that you guys hate the most are the ones who are owed reparations. And when you see that and look at that, it minimizes your worth to America, because really your group didn't do anything. If you're white, you only benefited from what Black America's built, and the money, the wealth, and the resources. That's all you did. That's all you did, dude. You didn't contribute a thing. Is your group? Let me see. Are you? Every black that's pro-Trump on here has like 400 viewers. Your group is shit. What group? Oh, you talking, dude? Hey. If you're sitting here in America, ain't you? My group, the richest country on earth. Yeah. So, really, are they really that? Look what we built, buddy. You're sitting over here, but you have but what did your group? Your group is not even known. You're ashamed of your group. What are you? That just goes to show whose group is crap. Your group is crap. You won't even represent your group because you can't. The thing about it is, you other groups, so you can't proudly represent yourselves. Like, let's be honest, you can't. You cannot proudly represent yourselves because you have nothing great about yourselves, about your people that they've done that you can hold high. White people, all you have is, you were slave masters. That's it. That's it. That's nothing to be proud of, really. You know what I'm saying? You can try to make yourself be. What you guys are proud of is what your ancestors did to make sure that you were the only ones that benefited from what slavery, from the slavery thing. That's it. That's it. You guys are proud of that, but you did nothing good. Let me see. I'm Irish. Yeah, Irish. Yeah. You guys are white. You guys are white. All that Irish people were slitting on. They weren't. They were indentured servants or something like that. You guys got paid to do the crap. I mean, come on. You weren't tortured. You weren't stripped from your families to do it. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't know. You didn't go through what we went through, and you didn't do as much work as us. And because it wasn't work for us. Hell, it was a lifestyle of torture. Yeah. So yeah, you can never compare, man. All that Irish stuff, man. Get out of here, man. You guys are lily white. You can look at a lily white person now. What are you? Oh, I'm Irish. Yeah. Okay. So you got white privilege now. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Now back to the regularly scheduled program here. Because like I say, white people, you don't have a moral argument against reparations for Black Americans. You don't have one. You don't. The only thing you could do is just say, hey, really, you guys need to just be honest and just say, hey, we hate you. We don't want you to have a dime. Yeah, you deserve it, but we hate you so much. We don't want you to have nothing. We want you to keep suffering. We want you to have limited resources or no resources, actually. Just admit it. Just admit it. Instead of sitting here saying, oh, nobody was a slave. Everybody's a slave owner. Admit it. Admit what you own. Just admit, no, I don't like black people. I hate that you guys are owed reparations. And just for the simple fact that I hate you guys, that's why you don't represent. I mean, that's why you shouldn't get reparations. Just be honest. Stop trying to make a fake point out of everything. Look, okay, better than South Africa. You are a privileged American. Privileged American? Shit. I mean, it's not... what are you, from South Africa or something? I mean, hell, what this got South Africa got to do with anything, man? I mean, sheesh. Yeah. If I'm privileged, I'm not privileged, but you guys in a third world country would probably say that. But it wasn't easy. It's not easy. It's still funky for us. It's still funky for us. It's just, shoot, we fight every day. That's what we do. It ain't sweet. Yeah, it ain't sweet. No, we fight to make. It's just like anything else. You get in an area with certain people, you got to fight for your respect. That's what we do. We fight, and you know what I'm saying? It gets shit done. Point blank, period. I want a check for leaving my last neighborhood due to the crime rate. We all fight. Nah, shut up, man. You guys, And like I say, what are you? And if you're white, dude, you need not to say anything. You guys are horrible, dude. Like I say, any pennies that a black person get, if any of you people are around, you're going to try to make sabotage it. I don't want to hear all that get a job stuff. Because guess what? When we get on those jobs, you people are there trying to do anything you can to stop us from making those little pennies. Come on, nah. And don't let, see, this is the thing about it. Don't let it be more than one white person on that job and they outnumber the black people or the black person. Oh gosh, you can't. I know the heck that black person will face from all of you YT people. Huh? I already know what that look like, man. So come on, fool. All this old get a job, and you guys will sabotage that job you telling us the black person to get, dude. I ain't trying to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, even if it's pennies, you guys own some bull crap, fool. Reparations. Give me my reparations. That way I ain't gotta look at y'all like that, man. I ain't gotta be around y'all like that. Most I need to see y'all is just passing by in a grocery store or something like that. That's as much dealings as we need to be dealing with each other, fool. Because you guys are no good. That's just that, dog. You guys are no good, man. You know, we all fight. You ain't fighting nothing, man. White people ain't fighting nothing. You fighting to keep white supremacy going. But yeah. So like I was saying, man, that's, I had to, I gotta kick y'all in your butts sometimes when y'all try to come for me. I don't ever speak against reparations when you're talking to me, buddy, because I'm gonna chop you up. I'm gonna chop you up, and that's like I say, y'all really don't have logical arguments against this. The only thing y'all just, oh, you ain't getting it, you ain't getting it. And guess what? The thing about black Americans is, if there's another group that was wronged by our group like that, or by anybody, we wouldn't be sitting here saying, oh, you don't deserve reparations, you don't deserve reparations. So something lets me know it's something up with y'all to be so against reparations. Like, what are you, how y'all so against reparations for a group that was done the way you know that they was done and the way history tells you that we were done? That just shows more hate for you to sit there and say, no, they don't deserve reparations. There's no other, I mean, come on. That's not even, reparations will never happen. Matter of fact, SNAP is coming to an end. Yeah, well, you know what? If SNAP only benefited black Americans, it wouldn't exist. Come on now, don't talk to me. It wouldn't exist, buddy. You're already crying about reparations. So come on. You know what I'm saying? You see that's what I'm saying, man. You do y'all need not to say nothing, but just listen, dude. Because at this point in the game, man, the hat is off. We see everyone, the whole world sees you guys for who you are. You're right on that. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It wouldn't exist, buddy. You're already crying about us getting reparations, which you're just gonna be in a puddle of tears. You're just gonna be in a puddle of tears, buddy, because sheesh. I wouldn't think about it so much. It's gonna hurt your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but I'm just saying. So, fall back, please. But like I was saying, man, with with them ice raids in North Carolina, though, I noticed that I saw a lot of black students out there. You know, like they're protesting or something. And I'm thinking to myself, what in the hell are they doing? Like, have the black people in North Carolina been under a rock all this time? Do they not know Hispanics' agenda? Hispanics want to be just like these people in the comments. Just like you people in the comments. They want to be white supremacists. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want to be. But it's not going to work. It's not going to work, buddy. Because one thing about it, us black Americans, we're on to it all. We're on to it all, man. We're on to it all. And I guess maybe, maybe the Hispanic population maybe they should vote Republican. Well, Trump is in, dude, so the job's been done on that part. But you, you need a smart white friend. What good for what? For what? What good is that gonna do? You a white? What good is that gonna do? I mean, it's not gonna do anything. What? Then what? I get a smart white friend. Then what? Break your thought. Oh hell no! That is not because most white people, the ones that you even want to consider smart, they're more like extremist racists. They're more extreme racists. So this break my thought process. No, it's gonna make me sit back and be like, look at this. He don't even know that I'm up on all this white supremacist stuff that he's talking. Oh, that's all you gonna get is another Charlie Kirk or something, dude. Come on, man. Some Charlie Kirk talking points, fool. Would I need a white? No, I'm not gonna. Why I need a white friend? We don't leave the smart part out. I need a white friend for this, especially when I'm speaking against reparations. Nah, give me. You know what I'm saying? Nah, give me the white friend that's like, you know what? No, you guys do deserve reparations for what was done. Give me one of those type. That's a smart white friend right there. You know what I'm saying? Come on, give me that now. That I can rock with. I can rock with one of those type of white people. Like I was saying though, for to see all those black kids doing that, like they're standing up for something, I'm wondering, were a lot of those black kids immigrants too? Because it's like, what in the hell are y'all standing with these people against ICE for? You know, it's just like it's just like any other place. Enough of those Hispanics get there, they're going to start discriminating against y'all. Let's be honest here. White people have sat there. I think blacks can make it on their own. They don't, get out of here. All that daddy government and everybody gets bailouts from the government. You try to shame black people for getting what's old. No, dude, fall back, please. All your talking points have been said plenty of times. All that daddy government stuff for this certain purpose does not shame me. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. But like I was saying, man, white tea people, dude, you the one that don't need one. You're the one that don't need. I can only imagine I can only imagine what your bank account looks like. I can't imagine, actually. Let me shut up. I can't imagine what your bank account looks like. I can't. I've probably never had those numbers in my life. You know, and you're happy with that. That's the way you guys like. You guys don't want black people to feel like they can look at you eye to eye and say, "Hey, yeah, I know what you're talking about, man." Y'all don't like that. Y'all like for black people to not know what a good life is like or a comfortable life is like, to not have to worry about money. I'm good looking. You're correct. Well, I'm good looking. You are correct. That helps. Well, I was saying that I served with many blacks. I'm pretty sure you did, dude, and you got held high for your service. Yeah, you got held high for your service, I'm sure. But guess what? Not the black people. They deserve to be held high for the service, but if you people have anything to do with it, you'll minimize their accomplishments as much as you can. I see it every day, dude. It's a tactic with white people to not make the black, to basically kick the black person down, to kind of bust him down a notch, so he doesn't feel so proud and as happy as he should be, because he may feel happier than that white person, and white people don't like that. That's the thing about it. White people don't like that. White people don't, that's what I'm saying. White tea people, you guys don't like that. So the stories have been told of all the black people who have fought and then come back just to be spit on by white tea people and just mistreated. It goes on, and the only thing that you can tell a black person is to go get a job. To work around who? More of people like you who don't like us either. You guys thought processes, hey, yeah, you're not accepted here. Yeah, you're not accepted there. Why don't you guys just go somewhere or just or off yourselves? That's you guys' mentality about us. That's what you mad. That's why y'all are mad now, because we still do it. We still go move in different avenues, and that's why when you see a black person who's maintaining, everybody's looking around, especially white people. You guys want to know the key is for you guys when you see a black person that's just doing just a little something. Your thing is, how do you do it? The reality is, who allowed him to do this? How did he get past the BS to get here? You know what I'm saying? Who was light on him? You know what I'm saying? Who didn't put down the white supremacist code hard enough? How is this person here able to have something halfway decent? That's that's the way it is. Bad experiences add up. Let me see. I will say that civilian blacks have let me down a lot. Most of my friends, they were black. I grew up with a single mom. Many whites that had dads are different. Mainly, we lack some manliness. I will say that. Yeah, how did civilian blacks let you down when your people are the ones who tortured them and their family and their ancestors? What are you mad about from blacks? What, they were so poor that they had to rob something? We're telling you anyway, like, you know that. See, you guys want blacks to suffer in silence. You guys, if the black person has nothing and has nowhere to turn to get anything, and then out of desperation he turns to something bad, then you guys really demonize it instead of fixing what you're doing to put the people in that type of place. But you guys don't look at things like that, and you're not worried about it.
Well, oh, I'm just telling you that they put me on shift to watch Daddy while they come and do what they doing.
Oh, okay.
But I can see them.
Okay, that's good.
He can hear me. And
yeah.
He can hear me and talk back to me.
Mm-hmm.
They turned everything off where he can hear me because he said he better go to bed. So they just gave him his medicine and stuff. So they was like, well, Lex, can you stay on camera and watch Daddy? Because they want for to go somewhere and then I'm for to go somewhere.
Like females. Yeah. Well, I mean, no, that's good. At least, you can see him.
Yeah, I can see him.
Okay.
But it's so dark in there. And then I asked him, I said, you okay, Daddy? He was like, yeah, I'm going to bed. Don't talk no more. I can hear him snoring, too.
Yeah. But, yeah. So, dude, of course, we're going to, as humans, you got to survive or suffer. Because of y'all, because of what y'all did, especially us. We have no other choice but to grind. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, come on, fool. Nah, man, we're not talking about just the regular stuff. Either way it go, man, reparations is owed to the specific group that comes from slavery ancestry here in America. And that's just point blank, man. Life's a grind, dude. Not when you're YT, buddy. Not when you're YT. It's just not. And you know it. Dude, I work around YT people, fool, and them cats do not work. They do not work. Let me see. I was a box boy. For the Navy, I never. Dude. It's easy. White people have an easy path, especially when there's other white people around. That's all you need to see is another white person around, especially one that's in charge. You guys make eye contact. You ain't got nothing to worry about. So yeah, and I don't know what we'll do. It's still reparations. I mean, you're not talking me out of nothing because I know after your little bit of crying in the comments here, because that's what you're doing. Your little bit of crying is over with. I gotta go back to my real experience, my real existence, and and I gotta eat. I gotta eat all that and accept it because I can't run from this. You know what I'm saying? I can't run from this. This is on me. Can't erase it, nothing. We don't have that connection like blacks have. Man, cut it out. Cut it out. What do you mean, dude? You guys have immigrants under your finger. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You don't need white people have a tight connection. The thing is, you know what? And I'll say this: it might not be so tight when you guys are only just around each other, but let one black person be in the room, then you guys all band together strong. If nothing else, you guys could hate each other or dislike something about each other. But if there's a black person around, you guys, if nothing else, in the name of anti-blackness, you guys band together something tough. As long as that black person's around, if that black person ain't around, then okay, well then you guys kind of crumble. But yeah, as long as there's a black person around for you guys to just band together and express your hate, oh yeah, you guys are that's when you guys do this when the black person is around. You know what I'm saying? So no, you guys might not be eye to eye and love each other, but you guys know exactly when to get on board with each other. And that's just And so yeah, yeah. And us black people, we well, just due to experience with you guys, yeah. When you guys come around, yeah, we know how to watch and okay, and make sure everything's okay because we know your history. No, we boost them up in most cases. Most of us really give them a leg up. Why? Because we know the pressure you get from your own. What pressure? What's the pressure that we get from our community? What's the pressure that we get from our community? Make that make sense, please. Can you make that make sense? You may not be able to make that make sense. Do you mean the pressure that we get from your community? That makes sense right there. What you just said. You should have been. We give don't yeah we it should that what you put it should have been. We give them a leg up because we know the pressure and the discrimination and the hate that you guys face from our community, the YT community, the non-black community. That's if because there's no pressure from us. Hell, we don't care if somebody get a job or not. I mean, I mean yeah. I mean, don't act like you owe, wait, owe you. What do you mean? Oh, you talking white? What do you mean? No, I'm saying shoot. I lead hundreds. I know what you say to each other. What do we say? Give me an example of what we say that holds us back or something. Or I don't know what we do in our community that's, what are you talking about? Yeah, I appreciate anybody that's non-black that gives a black person a leg up because they know what discrimination and hate they face from non-blacks. That makes sense. There's no pressure though. I work right now with pressure. No white person can do anything to help me that's gonna help me from some pressure that I'm receiving from any black people that I know. It's just not, you know. Yeah, and then especially the better jobs you get, that's when you really got to deal with YT people and non-blacks, and they're not happy you're there. Now you work, minimum wage job, you probably won't have, you run into it won't be as big deal. But when you start doing jobs that require degrees, and then you're running into these YT people and other non-blacks, yeah, they start getting jealous. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. You don't need one. You don't need one. That's the thing about it. You don't need one. I know somebody that works where I work right now doesn't have a degree. Makes more than me. Makes more than me, and he's one of you.
I'm on mute. They told me to keep my background muted, but just watch him.
Oh, okay.
He's asleep.
Yeah, just, you start moving around too much.
Yeah, then I just yell through the thing, and they can hear me.
Yeah. I invested my money. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you had plenty to invest, too. Yeah, you white people don't really know the struggle. You white people, you guys, how can I put it? You guys dabble in it on purpose. Just to see what it feels like. You guys have a bunch of money. You'll go. I've seen white people do experiments on being homeless and all this old stuff. And Navy paycheck, same as everyone else. Yeah, buddy. You got more going on than the Navy paycheck, man. Come on, dude. I'm in Texas. I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you people don't even have to work. You did that because you wanted to. You went to the Navy because you wanted to. Your people, because that's one thing about it. Y'all family don't like y'all sitting around not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or if nothing else, just keep pinching from that inheritance. Yeah, y'all family don't like that. Y'all don't like that. And so they encourage you guys to get out in the world and do stuff, but still have that safety pillow in the background. You know what I'm saying? That's all. But yeah, what am I? I'm not telling you nothing you don't live. So I'm not giving you any information. But blacks are different on the East Coast. On the East Coast, most of those blacks are probably immigrants. Most of those blacks are black immigrants from Haiti, Caribbean, Africa, Barbados, just everywhere. Yeah, they're not the ones. They aren't owed reparations. They aren't owed reparations. They came here for a better life. That's what I'm saying. We're not the same. We're not the same. We didn't come here for a better life. We came here and we built a better life for everyone else. Is what happened, because you guys tried to make sure of what we built. We didn't get a piece of the pie, but you sat there and let everybody else, let the Irish come over here. And now look, they became white. Then you guys did those houses and land. You guys were just giving out land and houses and land to only YT people. Go look at that Housing Act. It tells you. So while a lot of y'all sitting on houses and land that's been in y'all family for years, guess what? We don't have that. See, look at you. I don't even want to talk about the job. It doesn't even matter. Because it doesn't amount to what I'm talking about. Yeah. Doesn't even matter. And so, yeah. So, a lot of y'all got houses and land. Accumulating money. Passing it down family to family. The black man, working a job, he go apply for a house loan, a mortgage loan, whatever, can't even get it denied. After all this, dang, I still can't get nothing. You know what I'm saying? You guys have done a number on us, and you hate to admit it, but it's over, man. And then, well, you know what really did it, and why we can never turn back now. You know why? You know why we can never turn back now, man? Like I said, you can talk all you want to, but boy, I am pushing this because we saw. Yeah, it was the Democrats, but guess what? He was YT. And we've been seeing it forever. But that's why we didn't mind Trump getting in. But one of the main reasons why, because we caught on to what was going on. You guys sat here and brought tons of dang on foreigners over here. You gave them the business loans that we couldn't get. When you said you gave black people small business loans, you really gave them to the Caribbeans, the Africans, and the Haitians, or whoever else. But then you said, hey, what do you mean? The black people did get some of the business loans. Not the black Americans. Yeah, you brought everybody else over here, and then Biden, he really did it. He opened up the doggone border to everyone to come here. And then sat there and gave them loaded debit cards and everything. And when we saw that, and free health care, just everything, and it's like, dang, the stuff that we out here, that we could just barely afford and still get denied for and everything, they're just coming here and getting the red carpet rolled out for nothing. Ain't done nothing for the country, just came over here just because it was open. And you guys sat there, rolled out the red carpet. And when we saw that, we did. It was just enough is enough, man. You know, this person that come over here, I can't even speak English. You're sitting here, and that's who you're giving a leg up to. You're giving not one leg, you lifting both legs just so they can sit over here. Hey, yeah, you black people, I work hard. You bastard, you didn't work hard. The people that hate us, they elevated you because they hate us. That's what they did. It's just, it's a thing of where your enemy hates you so much, he'll make sure everybody else is good except you because he hates you. That's how y'all are with us. And we all this crap you talking mean it's worthless. We've heard it millions of times before, and we do that to it. You know what I'm saying? Spit a loogie on everything y'all talking about, man, unless you're talking about reparations at this point. I don't care what's happening in any other country. I don't care what's happening to anyone else except for us at this point. And that's reparations. But yeah, when we saw that, we said, no. We didn't have enough. Y'all put these people, y'all give them business loans to open up an old building in our area that none of us can get. And then they're sitting up there running a corner store the area full of black people. But you got a freaking immigrant owning a food place. You got a freaking immigrant owning the liquor store, selling it to all the black people in the area. You got nail shops, hair places, owned by all immigrants. And in the name of y'all allowing them to do it, that you turned us, for the same stuff you turned us down for. And then you sit there and want to turn us and, oh yeah, those immigrants work hard. No, they don't. You guys just worked hard to uplift them over us. And then you told them they worked hard for it. Come on, man. Man, the jig is up. Honestly, dude, imagine giving you free money. You think, dude, I'd rather be hated with money than to be hated and suffering and have to rob you. And then you're going, well, just imagine how much you're going to really hate blacks after we keep robbing your asses. Because we told you what we need. How about that? Yeah, buddy. That's that's music to my ears. We get reparations and you hate even more. Hate, baby. Hate as hard as you can. Yeah, I'd rather take that extra hate with the side of my reparations checks than to be dealing with the hate anyway. And you bringing immigrants over here telling them they worked hard for something. Come on, get out of here, man. Well, what's the one that's willing? Well, he's the one 20 hours a day. What are you talking about? He's doing this one. Yeah. They work 20 hours a day and sleep in the back. Who are you talking about? Immigrants? Well, we're not immigrants, though. That's one thing about it. It's very, and it's disrespectful. That's another thing that we're looking at. That we see now. It's like, wait a minute. We've been here all this time. There's no way I should have to start out working some job that an immigrant just got here and is able to get that doesn't speak English. You mean tell me this is where I have to go as an American citizen who people come from the ancestors that built this country too? You're going to put me beside some immigrant to work at some beginner's job like that? Nah, buddy. No, we're not the immigrants. That's all that old 20 hours. Nah. You know that ain't right. Nah. Well, the show ain't right for this group. I know that much. No. We're not. That's not how we moving, buddy. I'm talking about those liquor stores. What about the liquor stores? Who? They work 20 hours a day. Who is they? What are you talking about? Are you talking about people at the liquor stores? Hell, those immigrants have their family members in there working and taking shifts, dude. Come on, man. You don't know. Like I say, you guys have done a number on this, man. And that the only thing that's going to help us is not going to be getting no job, working besides you guys, who's going to be mad that we got there and then trying to figure out a way to get us out. No, we don't. All right, y'all can have that. Cut the check now. Reparations. This is the focus, man. This is what it is until it happens. Yes. So yeah. That's just what it is, man. Until it happens, yeah, we pushing this. You have to have a skill. You have to make a profit. You don't understand that. Dude, I just told you. I work. You know what I'm saying? I have an okay little old job. No skills, no pay. Dude, I sat there and yeah, I have a decent job. Doesn't matter though, because when you go in, you have to deal with y'all. Got to deal with y'all. And when it's more of y'all really tend to be more funny and want to make it as difficult for the black person. That's what I'm saying, dude. You have to have a strong mind and know how to negate you guys' nonsense to continue maneuvering, dude. Come on, man. Like I say, I tried that. We all tried that. A lot of us black Americans, we tried that. We tried to do things the way they said that that you're supposed to do it. That's the thing about it. A lot of us did do that. A lot of us did do what we were told you were supposed to do. And we got here and we see, well, dang. That's it doesn't work. That still doesn't work. That's what we've come to realize. A lot of us did what we thought and what we were always told you're supposed to do. And that's, like I say, you end up running into sabotage because then y'all are there. And then it's not like, hey, okay, congratulations, man, you made it here. Hey, man. No, it's none of that. It's none of that. It's none of that. It's a, you guys are piling together trying to figure out how you could get the black person out. So, I mean, that's what I say. We a lot of us, we tried to do it the way that we were told you were supposed to do it to succeed. But it's you guys. So where is the black family? What do you mean? What do you mean? Where's the black family? What do you mean? So yeah, like I say, a lot of us did try to do things the way we were told you were supposed to do it. It only gets you so far. Still don't get you to where you see those YT people who do nothing. We see what's going on, man. Reparations now, cut the check, man. That's the only thing that's going to help Black Americans as a whole, and y'all know it, and that's why y'all don't want to see it. But see, that's the thing about it. It doesn't matter who likes it and who don't. That's the thing about it. That's the part that don't matter. Yeah. So, this is just where we're at, in America now. Yeah. So, but that's what's up though, man. But so yeah, reparations now, cut the check, and back to what I was just saying. A lot of those black people in Charlotte, North Carolina, must not know how immigrants think or how Hispanics think or whatever, because, like I say, they must not be that much. It must not be that many of them just yet, because once they outnumber those black people, oh yeah, they're going to try to be white supremacists and start trying to discriminate and everything else, And a lot of those places, those Hispanics have restaurants all over the cities and towns. The Black Americans, I'm pretty sure they're scarce out there. Their restaurants, for some soul food restaurants, there's probably a handful, but I bet you they're scarce. While you have a new group of freaking immigrants coming there, being allowed to get these business loans, minority loans. That's why the minority thing is out the window, because minority is only for immigrants. They get those loans. White people let them get the area, and it'd be right in an area that was traditionally black. And then next thing you know, we're coming out and we're looking around. You got them looking at us like, what are y'all doing here? It's like, yeah, we've been here. I see a lot of black women working, but not so many black men. No, you all have given up. I don't know who you're talking about or where you're talking about at, buddy, because everybody black I know is trying to do something. So, the same black women that's working, if they're surrounded or having to work around a bunch of YT women or non-black women, oh my God, I can only imagine how horrible that is for them. You guys being passive aggressive with stuff, using ignorant slang around us, and all this old stupid stuff, man. Nobody got time for y'all shenanigans. Reparations now, dude. And that's what it is. That's what it is, man. But for any of the black people out there in North Carolina that's thinking you're doing something right by protesting against ICE, stay out of it. And in my opinion, if you're black and, now unless you're a black immigrant, well, hey, do you? If you're a black American out there in North Carolina protesting against some ICE, sit down, and I think that you should be arrested too if you're trying to get an ICE way of doing the job. Because, like I say, these people have restaurants all over the place, and black people probably only have a handful, if that. Who do you have time or the luxury to have empathy for? Look, you got people like this cat right here in the comment section speaking against reparations, dude. We don't have the time or the luxury or any of that to be trying to look what they do. Look at ICE sitting up there. They rounding them all up. Oh my gosh, this is a shame. You don't have the freaking. How can you do that when you're the target? Besides ICE. As soon as a lot of black people get a breath of fresh air, they think they have the room and space to sit there and have sympathy for a whole nother group. That's the problem now. Yeah, reparations, buddy. It's cool. I know it's cool. It's going to be cool as heck when we get reparations, too. It's going to, boy, we could finally say we're living the American dream, which makes it, for you, For black people to feel like they're living the American dream, you guys could feel like it's a nightmare. It's something. That's what it's just like. You guys look at it as a defeat if we get reparations. That's all it is. You guys don't want black people to have any foot up. That's all that is. But like I said, if any of those people in North Carolina, black Americans, that's sitting up here trying to protest against some ICE dude, be quiet. Like I said, we don't have the luxury to be feeling sympathetic to no other groups. And talking about we marching and fighting for some ICE. What the hell is wrong with y'all? I say y'all must be living under a rock or something. Yeah, y'all must be living up under a rock. Cause these people they don't like us. Well, they definitely ain't coming here to join forces. Cause I was to say, what in the hell is wrong with those black people in North Carolina, Charlotte, whatever? Hispanics don't come here to join forces. They come here to take up any opportunity that they can, no matter who toes they step on, and look at your oppression, look at our oppression, and turn the other cheek and say, I'm glad that's not me. And then you say, hey, help me. You're the crud. You're the nasty crud. No, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I don't want to be associated with you. You know what I'm saying? That's how that's our relationship with them. They'll let you get out there and fight for ICE and fight against ICE or whatever. All that silly ignorant stuff. Yeah, they'll let you get out there and fight for ICE and then get right back under the white people and say, hey, look at those bad black people protesting. They're looting and stuff. We didn't want that. We just come here to work hard. That's all. Worky, and all that shit. Like I say, they don't care who toes they step on. So that's so stupid and detrimental to black people in North Carolina to be sitting there trying to protest against ICE or trying to help these people not get deported. Like, come on, what's wrong with? Like I say, I hope this video can get to some black people in North Carolina. Y'all tripping. Now, anybody else doing what they doing now, but black people, we are, we should be the main ones. Like, unless school is just let out for everybody, okay, well, then that's another story. But if you got I know how kids are, too. If you have the option to cut school or not be in school, of course, most likely you're going to do it no matter what the cause is. But let that be that. Let that be that. Don't get out there stomping for something like that. That's helping the country. That's helping us. Because these people just get thrown in our neighborhoods. And then we have to then we have a second group now that we got to deal with some racial discrimination because they got in our neighborhoods, got to making money, and they own the building and the store. Of course, what do you think their confidence goes up here, and they start thinking they're better than the black American. And then the white people tell them, hey, you worked hard, and whoop, you guys you're not like them, and whoop. Oh, America told me I'm better than those black people. That's the thing now. That's why they really so ashamed and crying now, because they were always told they were so hard workers and they were always able to look down on us. And even some dumb black people will be, oh, Hispanic very hard. They very hard. And all that old nonsense. Uplifting them while they're downing us. And look how the tables have turned. But, just gotta, dinner time later. Alrighty, man, I'll be live again. You got something to say? I'm going to have another one of these shirts on saying a different color. But salute, man. Appreciate you even stopping through. But, like I say, a lot of times too many black people just take up for other groups that will never take up for us. When they see us being done, when they see everything that's being done to us, they just look like that, turn their head. Shake their head. You try to come near them, like, help me, help me. That's our relationship with these people. Like I say, they see the oppression. They see what's happening. You reach up for it. Get away, get away. But now they're sitting there being rounded up and deported. Oh, see that? They feel like they got the smut on them now. You see that? They feel like they have the smut on them. And hey, we need to stick together. Hey, what we getting out of sticking together with you? You're just wanting someone to fight for you so you could possibly have illegal citizenship. What am I going to get out of fighting, sticking together with an immigrant? Nothing. Ain't nothing. They're the only ones that benefit from some American, real deal American citizens standing by their side, trying to talk and protest against some ICE. They're the only ones that benefit. So they have smut on them now, it feels like. And they're trying to come to the other people. And yeah, we're still the smut. Yeah, we still got the smut. But you know what we're saying? We're doing this and saying, you know what? Now, we're going to wear our smut. We good. And they're sitting there like, we need to come together. And so they get rubbish smut on us, and we're just like, nah, we got our own smut. We're gonna wear our smut, and we're gonna deal with cleaning our smut over here. We got enough smut over here, y'all. You know, but I don't know what them black people in North Carolina on, but you know. And I just had to, speak on that, though, real quick. And I did see that the cat from the Fugees is getting 14 years. That's crazy work right there. Fugees have always seemed like a down-to-earth type of rap group, from back in the day. But they said that, like, he, some illegal, something like illegal funds that he donated to Obama, I guess, during the presidency. For 14 years, that's pretty bad. And I mean, what goes Obama? But Obama did fool us. We thought that he was going to help or, do something. And all he did was bring more immigrants over and help immigrants. Gave them DACA and all that, all kind of silly stuff. Trayvon Martin happened under Obama. Just nothing beneficial to black people came from Obama, really. If it was a slight something, all Americans got it. It was nothing special for black Americans that Obama did. He's not black American. He's Nigerian and Hawaiian and white or something like that. White tea or something like that. But so I don't know. I wonder how the guy from Fugees feel about this now of getting hemmed up behind something like this for such a person who did nothing for us anyway and is not going to help him get out. Crazy work, man. Crazy work. Waste of time. All that. But man, it's another one over here at Game Chopper TV, man. I had to, get on here and speak my little bit. I will be tapping back in, and please be tapped in, because I will be uploading, different stuff. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe, because we're chopping this game over here, man.